Anthony Volpe versus Jack Leiter, the former friends. Some say this is what me and Ken could have been if we didn't go the media route. We probably would have been facing each other in the MLB, but the two Del Barton former alums going up against each other. We got a 0-0 game, top of the second inning. Anthony Volpe struggling a lot this year, a lot of talk about him. So, he's been trying to, fix that. And he takes the first pitch up. He's not even biting at that. Don't show those numbers. Those are kind of embarrassing. He has been better as of late, but, Yankee fans are getting on him. The second pitch here, way down low, 96 sinker, never even flinched at that. And there's the pictures. There they are. Look at those two young men from Del Barton High School all the way to the MLB together. What a story. Like I said, should have been me and Ken, but, I guess these guys were the backups. Pitch number 3. There's a sinker in there, 96. Nicely dotted pitch on the black. Now Volpe's thinking, all right, he's throwing me, there's a little nod there. He's throwing me 3 fastballs. He's staying away from me. He's not going anywhere in the zone. He's scared. Leiter's thinking, all right, screw this guy. I'm coming right at him. The pitch here, ooh, a hanging slider up and in. Volpe takes a strange swing at that one. Not sure. Don't think that's where Leiter would have wanted that pitch. But he gets away with it as Volpe is, not a great hitter at the moment. There they are, Anthony Volpe, crazy high school stats. Same with Jack Leiter. Fun fact, we actually would have faced them in the state final game if we had made it there. But we didn't. Anyway, he pops out. Not really a great at-bat there from the Volpster. Leiter wins round 1 of the matchup. Now, matchup number 2, top of the 4th. We have runners on first and second, 1 out. Leiter's, pretty deep into this outing now, 60 pitches. They're talking it over. Here comes the ump. Hey, let's break it up, gentlemen. Break it up. This is a big spot in the game, pivotal moment. They want to, not let, you don't want the former, high school teammate to get you there. So Higgy's having a little talk, makes it, a little hand signal. What does that mean? No one knows. Only Higgy taps his chest, taps the glove. Everyone got it? Good. They take it back to the previous pitch. Higgy has no arm. That was a walk anyway. Anyway, here's the at bat from Volpe. We got 1 out here, like I said, first and second. The first pitch from Leiter is going to be right down the middle fastball. This is kind of what Volpe's been known for now. He's a little bit of a mental case at home plate. Obviously, we would all like him to change his approach a bit, but, that's a kind of a rough take for the first pitch there. We'll have to see him being aggressive. Second pitch from Leiter. Another really tough pitch. I don't really blame Volpes for taking that. Yeah, he smacks his bat against his cleats there. He's pissed. He's like, that's not a strike, but that's a pitcher's pitch. Tough to get called on. Nice little running action there on the 2-seam. Beautiful. He's frustrated. The third pitch here from Leiter. What is he going to go back to? 0-2. Something maybe not in the zone. Yep, something not in the zone. We're staying away from Volpe. We don't want anything there. He does chase pitches. If I'm Leiter, I'm throwing a slider, throwing a curve, something out of the zone. Don't even come close. Why even bother, especially with a struggling hitter like Volpe? Pitch here on the 1-2 count from Leiter. And that is a great take by Volpe. And that's a type of take that can change the course of an at-bat. He really stayed in there on that pitch. He saw it out of his hand. Didn't even flinch. That did look like a strike until the very last second. So great job on Volpe on taking that pitch. The 2-2. And that is laced into left field. What a hit by Volpe. Here comes Bellinger. He'll score. That is a great at-bat from the Volpster. Staying in there on that tough pitch. Like I said, taking that slider down and away is the most crucial part of the at-bat. He comes back in there with the fastball. He turns on it, quick hands. That's all we want to see from Volpe. We do not need Volpe to hit 25 homers a year. If he can just slap base hits, get some RBIs, that's all we need from the kid. So we love that. Anyway, guys, At Bat of the Week was brought to you by nobody because no one sponsors us. Thank you, YouTube, for the AdSense. We're really, instead of our MLB careers, we're pursuing this. So yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor, please sponsor. Thanks.